Good morning, everybody. It's Monday again. Happy Monday, happy Bank Holiday Monday, happy Easter Monday. I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, you are managing to find time to enjoy the beautiful sunshine, take a walk outside, a government approved walk outside, and try and find a little sense of relaxation amongst all the chaos. So I'm here today from Into Yoga. It's an extremely exciting week for Into Yoga this week. We are launching our online collective, a community with classes, workshops, talks will be coming. So this week we will launch the first stage of our online classes. This morning, however, will be slightly different from perhaps if you've done yoga before, from what you often see in yoga classes. Yoga in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a very old, beautiful language from India, and yoga translated means union, and that is the union of the mind, the body, and the soul. So yoga isn't always about fancy asana. Asana means postures. We're not going to be standing on our head or doing some intense stretching today. We are focusing on starting the day right, doing a really gentle relaxation practice with a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching, just so we can connect with the breath, connect with the body, and find our true selves. Good morning, David. So I'm going to make my way over to my yoga mat. As you can see, I'm just going to be sitting for the first part on a cushion. You can be sat on a chair, you can lie down if you wish, sit on the floor. You don't need a yoga mat for this practice, and just get settled in wherever you are. So I'm going to be sitting with my legs crossed because I'm a yoga teacher. This is how we sit. You can sit in whatever way makes you feel comfortable. Most importantly, we want a nice long spine. The spine is an incredibly important part of the body. It houses our central nervous system, which gives signals to the rest of the body. So we really want to look after our spine health. Often we find that our hips roll back and we have this arch, this hunch going on. So we want to roll the hips forwards, roll the shoulders back, and imagine a piece of string pulling us up from the top of the head. So I've just noticed my camera angle, and you're not going to be seeing whatever my arms are doing. I'm going to try and wiggle myself back a little bit. The joys of this modern technology. So we're going to be beginning our yoga practice this morning in a seated posture. So whatever that is for you, just find your way there. Elongate through the spine. And just relax the arms, relax the head. Maybe there's a couple of little movements that you feel like you need this morning. Maybe before we get into it, you want a bit of a stretch. But wherever we are, nice long spine. Keep the chin parallel to the ground and just relax the hands wherever they fall. It doesn't really matter, wherever feels good. And we'll start by bringing the eyes to close. So now the eyes are closed, just forgetting the outside world, forgetting anything beyond the four walls of the room that you're sitting in, forgetting anything else going on in the house, and trying to step away from the busy mind. In yoga, there's a beautiful word, vritti. Vritti means fluctuation of the mind, the constant fluctuation of the mind. Always analysing the past, worrying about the future, and very rarely do we spend any time in the present moment. So just breathing, trying to connect and identify this present moment, and allow space to be created in body and mind. Letting go of any worries, letting go of any to-do lists, chores. It will all be there for us when we get back. Spending the next 30 minutes just with ourselves, connecting with our true self, our inner self, also known as our higher self. So as we sit And the awareness melts away from the top of the head, melting the softening sensation through the mind. Bring the awareness to the heart center, the center point in the middle of the chest, and just notice how it rises with the inhalation and falls with the exhalation. So without manipulating the breath in any way, just connect with the breath, notice the breath. Notice the micro movements that the body makes as we inhale and exhale. So as just mentioned, we notice that the chest lifts as we inhale and the shoulders lift. Maybe the head moves slightly, the arms move slightly, the torso expands. Then as we exhale and release, the chest drops, the shoulders drop. And again, just notice, are there any other tiny movements within the body? Beginning to elongate the breath. So when we exhale, just really reaching the bottom of that breath and getting rid of all the air, making way for a nice new deep breath in. Sun is blowing like curtain around. Just breathing in, breathing out. Connecting with the breath, connecting with the body as we bring our palms together at the heart center, thumbs resting on the breastbone, maybe bowing the head slightly. And here perhaps there's an intention that we want to set for the practice or for the day ahead. Maybe there's a word, a sentence, a phrase that resonates with us right now. Maybe that is as simple as just to be here now. Whatever that may be, just sit with that intention for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. And so it is. So ready to begin this morning's yoga practice. Maybe you want to keep your eyes closed, however you feel comfortable. We're going to begin by just nodding the head forward. Keeping the spine nice and long, that lower back nice and straight, and just engaging the core muscles very gently to support the lower back. But all of our attention and awareness is on the back of the neck. So I always like to start my day with this one, just allowing the weight of the head and gravity to move the chin closer to the chest. We're not making any strenuous movements, pushing the head, pulling the head. Just releasing and noticing the sensation from the base of the skull down the back of the neck. Perhaps you feel this in your shoulders, down the spine. And we're very gently just going to roll the head, tiny micro movements side to side here. So the head stays forwards, chin close to chest. And we're just making tiny movements side to side as we breathe. And then finding stillness as we exhale. So now as we inhale, we're going to move the chin over to the left. Chin is tracing the collarbone as we lift the chin towards our left shoulder and then look over the left shoulder. Bringing the chin as far up and as far round as is comfortable. Be gentle on your body. Feel the sensations through the neck. Breathe in. As we breathe out, the chin again traces the collarbone. As we come back to center, we're going to take a nice deep breath in the center. And a nice deep breath out. And again, inhaling, this time moving the chin along the collarbone over to the right. Lifting the chin gently over to that right shoulder and then looking over the right shoulder. Maybe the eyes are closed, we're just connecting with the body. How does it feel on this side? Nice deep breath in. And then as we exhale, rolling the chin back down, following the collarbone, nice and slowly. And eventually your head will reach the center. Breathe in. Breathe out and release, spine still nice and long. So now we're going to inhale, lift the head through the centre line, lift the chin, drop the head back gently, being careful of the back of the neck, maybe engaging the muscles slightly here. Unclench the jaw, detach the tongue from the top of the mouth, and just stretch down from the chin, the front of the neck. The chest is nice and open, spine nice and long. Breathe in. Breathe out, drawing the head back down to centre. From here, we're going to place our left hand on the top of our head, fingertips touching our right ear. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, drop the head over to the left-hand side. So we're not pulling on the head with this left hand, we're just adding a little bit of weight to the head, just deepening the stretch very slightly. Again, no pushing, no pulling, just being careful of the neck and checking in with the stretch from the base of the right ear down the neck. What can you feel in the shoulder, down the arm, down the spine? Just check in with your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Enjoy the stretch. Let go of the head. Inhale back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side now. So placing the right hand on top of the head, fingertips just gently touch the ear, and then we're going to drop the head over towards the right shoulder. And again, how does it feel on this side in comparison to the other side? Just checking in with this left-hand side of the neck. Trying not to think about anything else except this small section of the body. All of our attention and awareness is how the neck is feeling this morning, this left-hand side of the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the head, inhale the head back to centre. So moving down, we're going to now work with our shoulders. So hands can just be completely relaxed wherever they fall. We're going to lift the shoulders, squeeze the neck, roll the neck side to side, maybe just squeezing out any tension, any little movements, and then release. So we're going to do some shoulder rolls. Now, this part of the shoulder joint here is a very delicate part of the shoulder, whereas at the back of the shoulder, we've got those two big muscles. So imagine those two big muscles on the back, the shoulder blades, two big bones on the back, surrounded by joints and muscles. So we're going to bring the movement into the shoulders using those shoulder blades. So we're going to start by squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the shoulder blades up the spine, open out the shoulder blades, and then melt the shoulder blades back down. Same thing again. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Hands and arms are just doing whatever. Lifting the pinched shoulder blades as we open the shoulder blades up, melt the shoulder blades down. One more round in this direction, pinching the shoulder blades at the back. Lift the shoulder blades up the spine. Really squeeze at the top as we open up. Release that tension. Roll the shoulders back down. I'm going to move in the other direction. Maybe there's a couple of little movements that we want to make. Adjust our seat slightly. Perhaps if you're seated cross-legged like myself, we're going to bring the other leg in front and cross legs in the other way, which feels a bit weird, but let's go with it. So again, finding our seat, grounding down, lifting up through the spine, gently engaging the core to support the lower back. This time we're going to open out the shoulder blades at the bottom, lift those shoulder blades up, pinch through the neck, and then squeeze the shoulder blades at the top of the spine as we melt the shoulder blades down. 3 in this direction. Let's move into round 2, opening up, lifting the shoulder blades, bringing the shoulder blades together, squeezing either side of the spine, melting them down. One more round, opening up. Lift through the shoulder blades, enjoy the movement, check in with the body, squeeze the shoulder blades and release. Good, again, any little movements, stretches, lift the arms, anything that feels good for you this morning. So I'm going to try adjusting my mat again now so that you can see my arms a little bit better. Still working out this filming stuff. It's actually much easier to just sit in front of a class. I know where everyone can see me then, so hopefully you can see my arms a little bit better now. So we're going to bring this right hand up, bend the elbow behind the head, and just drop the hand behind the head. So maybe your shoulder doesn't come very far back, and your elbow doesn't come very far back, We're gently going to lift the shoulder, but just wherever feels good for you. So again, being super careful of this delicate shoulder joint at the front, just lifting up through the shoulder. Maybe we stay here, we're using our left hand to push the back of the arm away. Maybe we can bring this left hand up around the back and pull on this elbow, and not only bring it a little bit further back, but try and bring it a little bit more central behind the head. What we don't want to be doing is hunching forwards, putting any pressure on the head, so we can always have this option. Alternatively, just drawing the elbow back and down. So if I turn around quickly and show you what I'm doing from behind, we've got this hand either pushing the elbow away, the right hand is really relaxed, or we're bringing this left hand and drawing the elbow back and in, spine nice and long. You'll feel the stretch down this tricep here, breathing in, breathing out. One more breath in, one more breath out. So we're going to do 3 more rounds of the breath, perhaps staying here. If you want to, you can bring this left hand back now and try and find the fingertips. Don't worry if the hands are too far apart, we're still doing the same things. We're working on pushing the elbows back. And if we can, interlace the fingers. We're going to make a little cup with our hands and now push both elbows back, out and away, breathing here. Just notice what you can feel within the body. Stay where you are, keep stretching, inhale. Exhale, one more, breathing in. And breathing out, releasing. Give those hands, arms a little bit of a shake this morning. Good. So we're going to move through and do the other side now. Stretching through the bicep and working on a little bit of shoulder mobility. So bringing this left arm up, hand drops behind the mat. We're going to push the forearm, the back of the arm, away, lifting the elbow. And again, maybe yours doesn't come very far, just feel your body, your yoga practice. And maybe now we're bringing the hand behind the back, holding onto the elbow and drawing that hand back down. So we've got this lovely open chest. What we don't want to do is lift the shoulders and squeeze out the neck. The shoulders stay relaxed, melting down the spine. And we're focusing on drawing the elbow back and down. This left hand is in the center of the spine, right hand on the elbow, not putting any pressure on the head and the neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe staying here now, maybe bringing this right arm back. Maybe we just rest the back of the hand on the back. Maybe eventually the fingers wiggle up like I showed you on the other side. We can interlace the fingers and then work on bringing both elbows back and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Whichever posture and position you're in, you might have been holding the first version for quite a long time. That's okay. Just feel that. Feel those little aches. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Again, shake the hands out. Shake the arms out. And we're going to wrap the hands around for a hug. So again, maybe your hands don't come so far, but we're going to little worm wiggle the fingers up the shoulders, maybe grabbing hold of the shoulder blades, giving yourself a little bit of a massage on the insides of the shoulder blade, on the back of the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open the arms up, and this time the other arm is going to go on top, swapping over and giving yourself a little bit of a hug again. Maybe there's a movement side to side that feel good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the arms. So I'm going to remove my cushion for the next part and change my seating posture slightly. So you can stay wherever you are. If you're still sat on a chair or on the sofa, that's okay. If you're sat on the floor, maybe try sitting with the feet tucked underneath in hero's pose. So this is a great posture for the spine because the spine is naturally nice and long. It's slightly harder to hunch here. We want to sit up straight. If it does get a little bit uncomfortable for the legs, you can always sit up and wiggle the legs for a second, or you can come back to our cross-legged posture. So wherever we are, again, just remembering to gently engage the core, flatten out this lower back. We don't want it pushed forwards and arched or dropped back and arched. So spine nice and long, shoulders dropped. We're going to inhale and lift this right arm up and exhale over to the left hand side. So we don't want to rock those hips over to the right. Keep the hips nice and central. Maybe the fingertips of the left hand are on the ground just as a bit of support. You can't see my top hand, unfortunately. But keep the left arm lift down, the right arm lifted, and just gently reach over to the left hand side with the right arm. Don't bring that right shoulder forwards. We want the shoulders in a nice line, chest nice and open. Nice stretch from the right hip through the side body, through the armpit, out through the fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe this left hand can come a little bit further away as we deepen the stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more breaths. Maybe the hand goes a little bit further away. Maybe we've moved the hand further away and want to come back a little bit further in. Just do what feels good for your body. Breathe in. And breathe out. So we're going to inhale all the way up and exhale over to the other side. You stay where you are. Breathing in. Breathing out, this time left hand reaching over to the right side, trying to keep the hips quite central. Breathing in, breathing out, maybe those right fingertips moving away, maybe the palm of the hand comes to the mat. Wherever you are, just enjoying that side stretch through the left side of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhalation. Final exhalation, and we're going to inhale back to center. So maybe here we will just let go of the feet for a second. So tip forwards onto your knees, flex the toes, wiggle the feet to point the toes, maybe a couple of rotations of the ankle, just noticing any clicks, creaks, sensations through the ankle. Breathing in, breathing out, and we're going to come back down now to sit on our feet. So from here, again, elongating through the spine, nice long spine. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale over to the right hand side. So our left hand is coming to the outside of our right thigh. Right hand coming behind us. And just resting the fingertips on the ground or alternatively on the lower back. Wherever we are, we're going to inhale, lift up out the hips. Exhale, a gentle twist to open up through the body. So we've got this right shoulder coming back, shoulder blade pinches towards the spine, chest stays nice and open, and we can use our hands as little levers to twist us around a little bit deeper. But wherever you are, be gentle with the body. Breathe in. Breathe out, deepening that twist. So this is a lovely one to do in the mornings for spine health. We've got our hips facing forwards, the twist is coming from the thoracic spine, the centre of the spine. Maybe the head is looking over that right shoulder in the way that we're twisting. Whatever feels good for your body, you can try it, see how it feels, always bring it back again. Inhale, lift up out the hips. Exhale, twist, one more time. And release back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing now, but on the other side. So inhale, lifting the arms up, keep the shoulders down as we lift the arms. Exhale, over to the left this time. So right hand comes to the right thigh. Left hand either just resting on the mat, not leaning back into that hand. Keep the spine long, the core strong. Maybe the hand is on the lower back. We're going to inhale, lift up out the hips. And exhale, twist over to the left hand side so that left shoulder comes back. Again, maybe this side, the head feels good to follow. Maybe we want to keep it more central. Just check in with this side of the body. Just because something worked on one side doesn't mean it's automatically going to feel the same on the other side. So just breathe with the body. Exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. So as I said on the other side, this is a great posture for our spine health, but also the perfect thing to do first thing in the mornings, maybe before we've had any food, because we're also twisting our organs, twisting, wringing out our internal organs. We'll do one more on this side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, back to center. Cool. So I'm going to come back now to my seated posture, coming down to sit on the seat. In yoga we call our bum our seat. So if you were using a cushion before, don't use a cushion this time. We're going to straighten the legs out in front of us and just do a little bit of stretch for the legs. So you want to remove any flesh away from the sit bones so that both sit bones are grounding down on the earth. Now here it is much easier for those hips to rock back and for our lower back to arch, especially if we're a little bit tight around the hip area. I really want you to focus on rolling the hips forwards, lifting up through the spine and flexing those feet. So I'm going to come to turn sideways. So as you can see here, we don't want the spine arching back. Really roll the hips forwards. And maybe that's enough of a workout for you. That's absolutely fine if it is. If this already feels like you're engaging your core, engaging your hips, engaging your thighs, just to sit up like this, that's absolutely fine. We can sit and work here. We're going to bring the palms of our hands to the mat. The crease of the hip in line with the crease of the wrist. Really push the palms of the hands down into the mat. I want you to really flex the feet so the balls of the feet and the toes are drawing towards the shins and not flopping out to the sides. You want the arches of the feet together, knees together. Roll the shoulders back and down. And this is our seated mountain pose. So even though it looks like a really simple posture, we should be engaging the legs. So lift the kneecaps, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Again, we've got the hips rolled forwards, the core is engaged, the chest is open. Shoulders are down. The only part of the body that's relaxed is the face and the mind. So just holding here again, breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in seated Tadasana. Okay, so keeping the body where it is, the core nice and strong, the legs engaged. We're going to inhale and lift the arms. As we exhale, we're going to hinge only from the hips. Maybe we don't go very far, maybe we stay exactly where we are and we're working on keeping the lower back strong. Wherever we come to, just release the hands. Maybe holding onto the thighs, always avoiding the knees, another delicate joint in the body. Maybe holding on to the shins, wherever we are. Inhale, lift up at the hips. And exhale, do a very gentle forward fold just until you can feel it down the hamstrings, down the back of the legs. So we're keeping the feet flexed and not allowing the feet to flop out to the side, not allowing any hunching in the lower back or the shoulders. Really nice long spine. Maybe we're walking the hands a little bit further forwards with each exhalation. Each inhalation, lift up at the hips, create space. Each exhalation is an opportunity, but not essential, to maybe move a little bit deeper. Just feel that stretch in the lower back, down the back of the legs. Maybe the hands are on the floor either side of the mat, wherever you are. Inhale, lift up at the hips. Exhale, maybe a tiny little bit further forwards. Don't feel frustrated with the body, just listen to the body. Often we'll find ourselves feeling nice and flexible. We may be able to move much further forwards, but it's a bank holiday Monday. Just be gentle, don't go too far. What we don't want to do either is reach forwards, drop the head and hunch the shoulders. It feels better, it feels like we're getting lower, but it's bad for the lower back. So keep the spine lifted, whatever that may be. We're going to take one more breath. Full and complete exhalation. And walking the hands, coming back up to sit. Bending the knees, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So we don't have to have the feet too close to the groin. There is a posture where the feet are quite wide, so we are doing the one where we bring our feet a little bit closer, but don't worry about getting them too close. Again, this will make your lower back arch. We want to lift up through the lower back. Roll those hips forwards. Maybe that means we need to bring the feet forwards a little bit. Wherever that may be, just adjust, ground down through the sit bones. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Again, if reaching forward to the feet makes us hunch forwards and arch through the lower back, forget it. Don't hold on to the feet. It's all good. Roll the hips forwards, lift through the spine, elongate through the neck, and hold on to, maybe we're holding on to the thighs, and maybe that's what's keeping us forwards and lifted. Again, always avoid the knees. Maybe we're holding on just below the knees. That's good. Breathe in. Breathe out and imagine a piece of the string moving us gently further forwards. Again, hinging from the hips. Maybe, again, just keeping those hips forwards and the spine long is enough of a workout for you. Just feel your body this morning. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe the hands come a little bit lower with each exhalation as we become a little bit more flexible throughout the postures. We'll do one more inhalation, lift up at the hips. One more exhalation. It's that center point of the chest that's bringing us forwards. Inhale back to the center. So just lift the legs again. Any movements that the body needs, the feet need, stretch out the legs and come back to our seated posture. If you want to, you can bring your cushion back now, however you feel most comfortable. And we're going to wind down this morning's practice. So as I said at the beginning, yoga isn't about lots of fancy asana. Yoga is certainly not about flexibility. Yoga is union, the union of the mind, the body and the spirit. There is so much that yoga encompasses that can often be forgotten. So a little bit of that is a mindful practice, connecting with the breath, pratyahara, sense withdrawal. So instead of constantly reacting with the world around us, we withdraw our senses and just spend a little bit of time with ourselves in the present moment. So coming to close the class, let's sit back in any comfortable seated posture. Keep the spine nice and long, the heart center open, relax the hands, bring the eyes to closed. Reconnect with the breath and just ask yourself silently, how do I feel this morning? Try not to think about the answer, just feel. Whether that's sensation or emotion, feeling, whatever it is, don't judge it. All emotions are valid. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the palms back to the heart center, thumbs resting on the breastbone, and come back to the intention that we perhaps set at the beginning of this morning's yoga practice. Whether that be for the short practice or the day ahead, come back to the intention, breathe it in, let it out, and so it is. Just take a moment here to thank yourself for arriving and practicing yoga this morning. Thank yourself for doing something for yourself. Thank your mind for staying so present, your body for working so hard and taking us on the adventure that is life. Namaste. Thank you so much to everybody who joined me in my morning yoga practice today. For those of you who maybe don't know, Namaste is traditionally more of a greeting in Sanskrit in India. But we use it in yoga and it means the light in me honours the light in you. So, Namaste. Thank you. And again, shameless plug into yoga.co.uk. My name is Laur, I'm the founder, and we are launching our online community of classes, talks, workshops, meditations. So we're starting slowly. This week we'll have some classes on Facebook Live, some on the websites if you're interested in more yoga. Some of them will be nice and gentle, some of them will be restorative, some of them will be more dynamic. So come try some things out. If you're wondering what's going on behind me, since working from home, I've needed to find a space to work, and having the window behind me is the, at the moment, only space I can work from. We're working on various different bits of the house. And there was actually a tablecloth clipped to the drain pipe outside of my window to stop the sun shining in, and it is half fallen down and flapping around. So this is life, this is what it is, nothing is perfect, we just move with the situation that we're in and make the best of it. So I'm going to leave you now. Whatever you are doing today, I'm sending love. Try and find a little bit of time just for yourself, and happy Easter. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll be back on Birmingham Updates next Monday. Have a beautiful day. Bye.